Hello, my name is Sarah Arsenault. Today we'll be talking about Liebig v. McDonald's, the case analysis and key takeaways. So first, we'll be talking about the company overview. So McDonald's was founded in 1940 in San Bernardino, California, becoming one of the largest and most recognizable fast food chains worldwide, with 70% of their restaurants being outside of the U.S. McDonald's has globally employed over 2 million employees. They recorded a revenue in 2024 of $25 billion, with 60% of their income coming from their franchises. Their franchises are modeled by owning land and buildings for this. And along with the franchising being majority of their income, they also get their income from food sourcing. Some background on this case. This case involved Stella Liebig, or the issue of this case. Stella Liebig, a 79-year-old woman, was severely burned when she spilled McDonald's coffee on her lap. This coffee was on her lap because she was in the drive-thru and her grandson was driving. And with these burns, she was given second and third degree burns because of the coffee's temperature. The coffee's temperature was recorded at 180 to 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Liebig had then asked for $20,000 to McDonald's to cover her medical bills and, to cover this. And McDonald's refused, only offering her $800. Because of this, McDonald's had argued that user fault. Liebig was responsible for the damages because she failed to handle her coffee properly. They then claimed that Liebig, there was no intent to harm towards Liebig. They claimed that the coffee was not hot and it was fit for net industry standards, and that they didn't feel like they needed to warn their consumers about the coffee's heat. They believed the coffee was at a reasonable temperature and that their consumers know that a hot beverage is hot, and they feel like they shouldn't warn about that or the risk of a hot beverage. The plaintiff then argued that McDonald's served the coffee at an unreasonably high temperature. Because of this, and without warning of the reasonably high temperature, this resulted in harm. And because of her severe injury and harm and lack of warning, this made McDonald's liable for negligence. Some legal arguments behind this case is that the plaintiff argued negligence. Because the coffee was served at 180 to 190 degrees, the standard of these coffees needs to be at 135 to 150 degrees, a significantly lower temperature. Then the plaintiff argued strict liability, that the coffee was unreasonably dangerous because of its heat, causing burns not only to Liebig but to 700 previous cases, and implied warranty of merchantability. The coffee was unfit for its ordinary purchase, which is immediate consumption, considering it is a fast food restaurant. Because of its lack of purpose, it was because of the excessive heat. The court then decided that the plaintiff would be awarded $200,000 in compensatory damages, along with $2.7 million in punitive damages. McDonald's was found guilty for negligence and for failing to warn about the coffee's excessive heat. This allowed the breach of implied warranty of merchantability. The court then decided that the case reinforced the importance of companies ensuring their products are safe for consumption. And especially when prior incidents have occurred. As I previously stated, there were 700 cases similar to the Liebig case, and McDonald's, again, had not paid for any of the necessary medical damages, just like they refused to pay for the necessary medical damages for Liebig before this case had started. Then a legal precedent for the necessity of clear and visible warning label on products that pose potential threats was given. So now when you look on a coffee cup, there is caution hot. Some business implications. McDonald's suffered a loss of consumer trust and brand reputation due to its failure to address their safety concerns and highlight the impact on public perception. So, of course, this made McDonald's look bad because a lot of people had loyalty towards McDonald's. McDonald's then lowered their coffee temperature and began using explicit warning labels on. This prompted businesses to review their safety protocols and product practices. So, businesses outside of McDonald's took it upon themselves to look at their own safety issues to make sure they would avoid lawsuits as financially damaging as this one was towards McDonald's. Some of the reasons I agree with this case is, one, McDonald's knew they were in the wrong. With 700 previous cases, McDonald's knew the risk they were taking with the heat of this coffee. And one of the reasons behind the heat of the coffee was the low quality of the beans and to prevent customers asking for free refills with the coffee. This again further my agreement towards the court's decision that McDonald's needed to be held accountable for the damages they have done. I did agree that there was appropriate punitive damages, and this did hold McDonald's accountable and stop them from continuing harmful practices. I agreed with this case as well because it helped industry-wide safety standards. This case set a precedent encouraging other companies to better address consumer safety and implement proper warning labels and for potentially dangerous products. So something like this can be avoided, and wouldn't happen again to someone, say, that was handicapped, a small child, which were damaged from this product. So this protected a lot of people. And again, it protected consumer safety. I did agree with the court that this was a decision necessary to protect consumers from a dangerous product. And some of the conclusion and key takeaways. The legal lesson behind this was companies must prioritize consumer safety and take responsibility for known risks. Without this case, I do believe McDonald's wouldn't have lowered the temperature until someone similar to Liebig would have come along. I do believe this eventually would have happened, but I'm glad it happened sooner than later. One of the business lessons behind this was ignoring consumer safety can damage a brand's reputation. As stated previously, a lot of consumer trust was lost in this case because of McDonald's knowledge of their heat and how dangerously hot this coffee was, and immediately not even taking responsibility for the damages they had caused. And the industry impact of this, I do believe this case set a precedent for the importance of product safety and warning labels. Without this case, I do believe not even McDonald's, but other companies as well, were allowed to add warning labels for coffee, although some might think it's silly and it's not necessary. Again, one of McDonald's claims that a hot beverage is hot. I do believe it is important to have this for, say, again, like children who might not necessarily understand a hot beverage might be hot. I do think it was really important, and this helped set a lot of safety regulations and standards in companies outside of McDonald's. Here are some of my references for this, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.